Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Mina. Welcome to my channel. So I don't think I've ever introduced a clip with my locks down. So here are my locks. They're very long. Show you them from the back. So that's pretty much how long they are and they're getting. I just actually washed my hair about, I would say, like 3 or 4 hours ago. So they're still damp, and when they get to this length, they take longer to wash, longer to dry. There's a different process that you have to kind of work around when you're washing them, just to make sure that all the soap is out of your hair. So I had a really good question from a viewer, Flow Vibes. Flow Vibes asked me, how long have I had this set of dreadlocks, and also, or how long have I been growing my dreadlocks, and how my parents feel. 2 very good questions. So this set of locks actually is since 2006. You guys aren't gonna believe this, but in 2006 I had this much hair, and that is because I had cut my first set of locks off. My first set of locks were almost like braids. They weren't freeform like how my locks are now. They were just all the same size and not as heavy, not nearly as heavy as these locks here. But I'm actually proud of my journey this time around, because, you know, naturally I'm older, I'm growing, I'm wiser, you know, I'm more mature. At that time in my life, wouldn't say I was immature, but I wasn't as strong as I am today. Let's just put it that way. So I feel very balanced in my journey, both within self and through my crown. So yeah, it just works. And today I've been going through some stuff. Today I actually had a day off. My grandmother passed away on Monday. It was very sad to read. I went on my Facebook. I logged into my Facebook to find my cousin posted up a status. Whoa. Sorry. While I'm making this video, my bathroom light behind the camera, that is the bathroom, and the bathroom light was off, and it just turned on as soon as I mentioned my grandmother. So, you know, whoa, that was trippy. I know she'll always be with me. I know she's with me probably now. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of cool and trippy at the same time. Anyway, my grandma, so she passed. She lives in the UK along with a lot of my dad's side of the family, all the younger cousins. So I get to miss a big part of being around, you know, my age group, I would say. And I know they're so fly. My cousins out in the UK, they are super fly. They're into fashion, and man, I just wish I was out there, but I'm trapped, you know, I'm trapped over here. So this video is dedicated to you, Grandma. You know, Ma, rest in peace. I love you very much. May God guide you on your journey on the flip side, and I love you very much. So, what my parents think of my locks. Yes, very good question. 2 very good questions. So my parents, it's going to be very hard to speak about this because it's a lot. I'm Indian. I'm actually African and Indian. My parents come from Uganda. They're born in Uganda, and my grandparents are from India. So I have a lot of culture in me. I've said that in another clip as well. I love the African side of me, and I learn the African side of me, which I differ from other people that are the same culture, or, you know, our parents are born in the same place and we share the same kind of culture. They don't really look towards the African part of it, whereas I study everything. So anyway, my parents are from Uganda. They're born in Uganda, East Africa, and my grandparents are from India. So I've grown up mainly Indian influenced, meaning that the Indian clothes, the Indian food, the Indian movies, you know, the thought, that the way of going about things with Indian families, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Indian people, they want you to go to university, they want you to become a lawyer or a doctor or something that is a seriously high-paying career where you, at the end of the day, can support yourself and be able to, you know, have money. So me, yeah, the black sheep, of course. I've always been the black sheep, the outcast. I've always kind of done everything the opposite of what my parents wanted. And that's just me. Like when my parents came here, when they got kicked out of Uganda, they came here with absolutely nothing. Maybe they got away with some things in a suitcase, but they came here with nothing. Both sides of the family, mom's side and dad's side, were not born in money. Everything they had to build from the ground up. So I've always had that strength from both sides inside of me. So I've always been the one that's different. When it comes to family, when it comes to other people in the community, I was always the different person. When I used to go, by the way, my parents are Muslim, so when I used to go to masjid, mosque, Jamaat, however you know it as, when I used to go to the masjid, I was in my jeans while everybody else was dressed up. I had on my gold teeth, you know, I had on all my gold jewelry, bangles up to here, big chains, big earrings, and just the outcast, you know? So I've always kind of been my own person. When I became 16 or 17, I met a man, and my mom was like, you know, if you want to date a Jamaican man, a black man, you have to come out of my house. So you'd find that a lot in Indian families. If it's not their way, it's the highway. Some are actually stricter than others. Some will even go as far as killing you to save their name. So, you know, it gets like that. Culture and, you know, your reputation is very, very big to them. It's a very big part of them. And so my parents kind of have always, you know, had their head held low because they just can't understand me. So when my parents had come to this country, we lived in low-income areas. The first place we lived in was a low-income area. We moved to another place, low-income area. The third place, low-income area. It's called Jane and Finch. And then my parents bought a house officially now out of project housing and bought a house, and it's still in Jane and Finch, low-income area. So I don't really know what they were kind of expecting from me. I grew up in the hood, you know, and I'm so proud of myself. I love being me. I never ever met a man that had enough money money was never a thing for me. What I look for is balance. That is a very big part of me when it comes to a relationship. So my parents were just kind of like, okay, you're a write-off in this area. Now you're writing us off in like your appearance. So they were never ever happy with my locks. It was a big thing for them. In the beginning, they were like, does that come out of your hair? Can you like comb that out or something? Or is that they even thought that it was a temporary thing, like a weave. And I had to explain to them that, you know, it's natural. I don't use comb and brush. And, you know, you're going to have to get used to it because this is going to be me for a very long time. And it has been a very long time, even before 2006. So my parents have kind of gotten to, they're not comfortable with it, but they just kind of have to live with it now. So it's a part of me, and what I have to give thanks for is that my parents never cut me off. I know that a lot of Indian parents, like if it's not their way, it's kind of like, okay, you're out of the family, we don't want to ever speak to you, we don't want to see you again. But my parents, I'm their only child, and they're always looking out for me. Even now, I'm 37 years old, and I have to call my mom every weekend or a day in the week. So I give thanks because that's true love. I never lost that with them. They have love for me. Even my family. My family just has, you know, this love for me. They may not understand, but I've always kept it real. I've always kept, you know, my beliefs, my faith, my spirituality, myself, my ways, my way of dressing, my way of speaking, my way of eating, you know, just me. I've always kept it real. I've never ever hid anything from any of my family. So they know, you know, that one there, that one there is something. But anyway, so are my parents, are they comfortable with me in dreadlocks? They're trying to be. It's been a while now and they're still trying to get it in a sense. But what I know is that I'm happy. And when you're happy, then everybody becomes happy. You create happiness. So I'm a very loving person, very caring. I wasn't always a good person to say, like, you know, I got into all kinds of shit when I was younger. And I've learned a lot too, you know. I just keep growing, and I'm growing in business. And we had a store, we have a flea market location. You know, I'm growing in business, I'm growing personally, and I feel good. I feel good at the levels that I'm on. I could be better, everyone can be better, but you really have to try and make it. So yeah, even having a channel on YouTube, I mean, that is a really, really big thing. I try to make my channel a little bit better, ways to promote it and stuff like that, but just putting yourself out there, and even people digging you, they like you, you know, and they subscribe to you. That's cool, that's big. So I know I'm not kind of doing anything wrong, anything like illegal. So at least I can make my parents and my family proud in those ways, if they're not proud of me with dreadlocks. But I will never change for everybody. I'll always keep it true to self. And yeah, so flow vibes. Hope that answers your question. And oh, I also have a Facebook and Instagram that I set up for this channel. I uploaded it on my channel art. Check out my channel art too. It's sick. I came up with that concept. It's the Taj Mahal behind me, and then one of my photo shoots, I took my own pictures after the shoot, and one of those pictures came out really, really sick. So you know, I did the graphic thing, and check out that channel art. It's dope. And link me on Instagram. My Instagram channel is called Mina channel. So Mina, which is my channel name, and then Mina channel, because somebody had already taken the name Mina on Instagram. And then my Facebook is also the same thing, Mina channel. So look for those links, add me, we can always keep in touch and communicate, alright? It was nice. Look out for my next video. I'm making another clip on having short dreadlocks and wrapping your hair so your hair looks full. So when I had short locks, when my locks were like about, I would say like, about like here, when I had like short hair like that, I used to wrap up my hair. I used to have to use a longer head wrap, so I would have the fullness and my head wrap would actually look neat instead of kind of like this little thing on top of my head. So I'm going to show you how to do that on my next clip. My other dreadlock head wrap tutorial video is getting hit up. I haven't got any dislikes on that video. Hopefully I don't have no haters on this video, but if I do, it's all good. Thanks for the view. So it was nice. Till next time, stay loving, stay peaceful, be real to yourself, and flow vibes. Hopefully that answered your question, alright? Till next time, take care. Oh, and Junior says bye too. Later.